Why trauma makes conversations so hard, and what can you do about it? Have you ever walked away from a conversation and you think to yourself, oh my goodness, like, why did I react that way? Why did I freeze? Why can't I just say what I need to say? Well, let me tell you something really bold. It's not because you're broken. It's because your nervous system is doing exactly what it was trained to do. Protect you. But what protected you might be what's holding you back. Now let's change that. I'm Bonita Ackerman du Preez from the Trauma Recovery School, and I work with people every day who are doing hard work, trying to heal themselves from trauma. And the one thing they all have in common, they struggle with communication. They shut down in conversations. They avoid conflict, or they explode, and then you know what? They feel terrible afterwards. So this isn't a personality flaw. It's trauma. And once you understand why this happens, you can take back control of your voice, your confidence, and your relationships, because that is absolutely key. So what does trauma do? Well, I tell you what, it hijacks your nervous system. And when you're experiencing trauma, especially when it's come from childhood, our body becomes really hyper alert to threats. So when you're in a difficult conversation, your brain might interpret it as danger, even if no one is yelling, shouting, or even hurting you. Or you go into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn. Now, fight, you get snappy, you're defensive. Flight, you leave the room, change the subject, say, I'm not dealing with this, I can't talk about this right now. You freeze, you go blank, can't find the words, shut down. And when you fawn, you say what everybody wants to hear, just to keep the peace. Now, these aren't conscious choices. They're trauma responses. But here's the good news. You can absolutely rewire this. Now, most trauma survivors will struggle with expressing their needs. And the big one is setting boundaries. But why? Why do we struggle with this? Because somewhere along the line, you've learned that that it wasn't safe to speak up. You've learned that maybe your feelings were always dismissed, that maybe you were punished for having a voice. And now as an adult, every time you try to ask for what you need, you get that same anxious, tight-chested feeling. You second guess yourself. You stay silent. But it's silence that keeps you stuck, right? And the first step you need to do is to change is recognizing your patterns. When you notice what's happening to you, you can begin to choose differently. So we need to rebuild your communication skills, and it's just part of trauma recovery. Now, there is an amazing book, if you haven't heard about it. It's called The Next Conversation from Jefferson Fisher. I've listened to it twice. I have it on audio. Whenever I need to have a difficult conversation, whenever I need a top up in my communication skills, I stick it on. I actually listen to the first 3 chapters over and over again, because what it teaches you is to speak with control. So calming your nervous system before you respond. Saying stuff with confidence and using tonality, how to use I statements to speak assertively and to stay connected. And that's really important, because you don't lose the relationship in the heat of the moment when you stay connected. Now, these aren't just good communication tips. For someone healing from trauma, they are your freedom. They help you move from reaction to response, from silent to self-expression. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to think about the last conversation that triggered you. I want you to feel, what happened in my body? What story did you tell yourself, or did your brain tell yourself? And what would it be like to respond instead of react? What would it be like to respond instead of react? And if you're tired of feeling like your voice disappears when it matters most, this is the work that we do in our trauma recovery method program every day. So why don't you come and join our community? Book a consultation with us and come and speak to us about how you feel. Let us show you how you can stop letting trauma control your present conversations, so you can feel better relationships, reclaim your voice, and you can live life on your terms. Great to speak to you. Hope you've enjoyed it. Stay awesome.